Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Yesterday we unlocked the United States map and gave it a good go. Although I feel in hindsight that I could have done a little better, so I'm keen to return to it with a vengeance and try to do so this time. So we'll select the USA and start a new game. So we've started in some kind of rural location with corn. Is that sweet corn? It looks like. We're on a road that goes north, east to sort of southwest. So goes on a diagonal, which is unusual for the States, and we're alongside this little sort of irrigation river. I'm not sure if that'll come up on a map, but if it does, it could help. So let's start moving. My philosophy from now on with these kind of scenarios is just to try really and get moving as quickly as possible so that we can try and get some clues, as opposed to spending too long looking at signs immediately around us. Delta plastics is one. Delta could be, it could imply that we're sort of in a region near a river, for example. Something on farm, polytubing collection site, and I'm afraid the phone number I can't get either. Delta Plastics is what that says. The road now is going to swing to the east. So there's kind of an S-bend in the road, and that is just called an overflow creek, which isn't a real name. And then the road bears back sort of northeast-ish. Now, I have put a time limit on, so we can't spend forever doing this. Let's hope that just over this crest or somewhere soon there'll be some signs. It's a real small road, so it doesn't look major. Although there is some residential areas around us, it seems. What does this say? Beach Creek and Cemetery? Beach Creek and Cemetery? That's Beech, not Beach. So doesn't imply that we're near the coast. Going to need a strategy here for if we find nothing. Ashley 336, that said. And that's about that. So what will we do? This feels, it doesn't feel sort of too southern, if I'm honest. Pine trees, perhaps. I don't know. Perhaps it could be anywhere at the moment. Bridge, icy cold. Bridge may ice over in icy weather. An ice cold bridge. Let's see. Any state flags? Anything to go by? No, unfortunately not. Okay, well, with a minute and a half to go, I'm actually going to go back to the start and try another direction. So this time we're heading southwest, and let's see what we can find. Then we bear south again. So the road does snake kind of diagonally. Unfortunately, the US being so large, you could be very, very wrong. Overflow, something headquarters, right. Now, what does this say? This could be the final clue. The only clue at this rate. It does feel flat. Fire danger today, moderate. It does feel flat. It does look, the clouds are very dramatic. It looks humid There's kind of both pine and I haven't seen sort of palm trees, but flat arable land that's very humid. So it reminds me maybe of sort of, you know, New Orleans, sort of the roads in and out of there. So maybe Louisiana. We're going to have to put a pin down immediately. So I'm going with here, and we'll hope it's in there. Oh, and we were pretty close on the whole. In Arkansas, actually, not Louisiana, but nonetheless, I'm very, very pleased with that. 262.5 kilometers away. Let's see exactly where we were. We were on this stretch. Goodness, that's strange. Now, I thought on the compass we were going northeast and southwest. This is northwest and southeast, but anyway, those compasses don't seem to do me very well at the moment. I need to figure out what I'm getting wrong there. But we were on the 8. No real no real landmarks near us. If we'd have continued actually in the original direction, we'd have ended up in Parkdale, but didn't get that far. So be it. As I said to begin with, very happy with that. Just with a few seconds to go, putting a pin down there was pretty lucky, to be honest. So fantastic. On to the next round. Some lovely woodland and a main road. So let's carry on in this direction. Why not? No landmarks nearby. Someone out on their bike. This feels more northeastern. Mountain Drive South. I buy houses. 6110 area code. 610, sorry, area code. Right, okay. Mountain Drive South. Let's remember that. And over here we've got Broadhead Court. LeHigh University. Excellent. I don't know where that is, but that should really help us here. LeHigh University. We've got the Goodman Campus, Stadium Arena, the Mountaintop Campus, the Ben Franklin Tech Ventures. I don't know exactly where LeHigh is, but let's go down to the main campus, shall we? And see what we can see. We're crossing under a pretty major motorway here, so that should help us locate. And let's just see where, if there's any more information on the way. Still on Mountain Drive. Looks like we're coming sort of into the town. Past a bus there. I'm going to keep moving as opposed to looking back. Still on Mountain Drive. Now, this could be university grounds here. Universities in the States have got huge open areas, which are really fantastic. LeHigh, or LeHigh, University, Goodman Campus, Office of Advancement. Where is that? I feel like we're in the northeast. This feels like northeast to me. Connecticut, maybe. New York State. Massachusetts. 78. That should help us. The 78. Friedensville Road. Hickory Hill Road. 78. We should have enough to go by here. Friedensville Road. 78. McDonald's. Condo for sale. No, not helping. Not helping. I'm going to start the search at 2 minutes because we've got a long way to go. And I feel like we're not going to make much more progress down this road. It's a very residential area here. What did that say? Oh, we've gone a bit too far there. Society Hill. Goodness, can you imagine living there? In a gated compound called Society Hill. Now, what's that? What flags are those? Looking at state flags here, we need to do better on those. goodness, I'm not sure. Possibly New Jersey. Possibly New Jersey. I said I'd start searching at 2 minutes, and I've blown past a minute there. So where are we? Where's? Oh, I feel like we're around here. What was the road? Was 78. We found the 78. Are we in Allentown? I just don't know. Where is LeHigh? I'm going to put a pin in here. I don't know. That's the 78. Could be anywhere now between New York City and Harrisburg. Was Fredericksburg on the map? Was that a clue earlier? Bethel, Schubert, Strausstown. It's going to be in a city, and the biggest city on here looks like Allentown. So is it in here? LeHigh. Yes. 27. Oh, goodness. That's it. LeHigh's got to be somewhere here. I'm looking for the road name. I can't find it. Jefferson Street, LeHigh Street, Harrison. Were we on Harrison? Oh. Well, I'm glad I put a pin down. I put the pin down bit further west. We're on Mountain Drive. That's the word I was looking for. And we were going south, actually, so we crossed under the 78, and this was it. This was the Murray H. Goodman campus. I didn't see that early enough, unfortunately. I got hung up around this LeHigh Parkway in Allentown, so if I'd have scrolled a bit further, we'd have seen it, but there we are. Nonetheless, lucky there. I did not know where the university was, and I've never been to Allentown in Pennsylvania, so there we are, but close. Okay, next round. Doing better here this time, so can hopefully keep that up. Another large open road. Let's just progress down it and see how we do. It's running sort of northwest to southeast. Very flat, but surrounded by mountains. This part is flat. That doesn't say too much. My initial thinking would be sort of Montana, that kind of area. This looks like the sort of area that gets snow in the winter. I don't know how else to describe it, but it doesn't feel like sort of Texas or wherever. This looks like it gets cold. I don't know why. That's the hunch I have for now. So Middle America, somewhere possibly north. I don't seem to be seeing too many signs for this town we're in. Junction 117, okay. What is this green sign here? Spring City, okay. 89 and the 117, that should be enough. Highway 89. Got to zoom in a fair amount here just to get that. But 89. Spring City. 89 and 117. We're actually on, you got to look for the shield shape, and actually we're on this kind of a shield shape with the white, not the blue and red one. So that's going to be a little harder. 85 we found. Are they in a kind of a logical order? 20, no. That does not help. 89. There we are. Okay, is that all we have? Is that just the 89? 89 straight on. Are we in this valley? Etna, Alpine, the 117. Where is the 117? Is that the 117? Not obvious. Doesn't say. That's just a forest road. Okay, well, we've found the 89. That either means it's ahead or we're on it. I'm not 100% sure. So we've put a pin down. What was that? This looks like some kind of welcome to monument. Mount Pleasant. Oh, now I've heard of Mount Pleasant. Where is that? Where is Mount Pleasant? We're not seeing it here, although we are near the 89. Hobock Peak. Grand Teton. 89. Smoot. Montpellier. Bloomington, St. Charles, Fishhaven. Logan. Ogden. Salt Lake City. We're in Salt Lake City. Does the 89 continue out? Yes, it does. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. 89. Birdseye. Fairview. Mount Pleasant. Yes. There we are. We found it. We found it. Let's just zoom out and see where we are. Try and remember. Utah. Okay. Well, we're heading... I think we're heading north. I feel like we're heading north. We've just entered Mount Pleasant. And we're going to come across this kind of best area. Shopping area. Something like that. Where is that? Well, we started out of town, so I think, I'll put the pin down there. But got to be close here. Pretty confident. Let's go for it. Yep, very close. Yeah, a bit further out to start, actually. So the sort of welcome to Mount Pleasant sign is maybe between us. But anyway, very happy with that. The 89 was a bigger road than I thought when we first landed on it up in Wyoming. So glad we got to move on and found it. Next round. Oh, wow. This looks like a potato cam job. This quality is not good. Am I going to be able to even move? Yes, we are. Okay. Now this is much harder. This is much harder because there's really, unless the quality of the camera improves, there's not going to be much to go on. This looks far more arid than where we were before. Grand Canyon, even I can make that out. Grand Canyon Fort, Point, Grand Canyon something. Let's open the map and get a pin down. Now the Grand Canyon, I know, exists to the east of Las Vegas, in part because this is where the Hoover Dam is. I guess the Hoover Dam is somewhere up here. Kind of damming up this Colorado River. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, Hoover Dam, Colorado River. So now the Grand Canyon is here. Grand Canyon Parashant National Monument all around here, and it goes all the way east. That's right. So I suspect this road is going to be one of these major roads going through here. There's really not that much out here. It's pretty empty. I'll put a pin on the 64 to start with. We're heading north-south. Let's see what we can see. Despite the camera resolution being poor, I did manage to make that out, so that's a start. Amazing reddish soil here and the kind of plant life that we get. Now what does this say? Oh. I seem to have gone back to the start. Whoops. Come on. Get a move on. Get a move on. Okay. Those signs there we couldn't make heads nor tail of, so let's try and keep going. We've got some time. I'm willing to use it. So we'll see if we can come across anything that might be more, that might give the game away. Anything. Just trying to progress now as far as possible into the distance, onto the horizon. Perhaps we'll come across some kind of a village or other sign of life. There's a car. There's some mountains in the distance, very long way away. And the road slightly bears left. That might be all we have to go on. There are some roads coming off it, but I doubt they'll be on the map. They look like dirt tracks, and they look pretty small. Unfortunately, those street signs I cannot make out. So look, we might just have to go off the fact that that the road just slightly kinked there. The 64 looks pretty straight to me. There's a slight bend in it here around Tusayan, but we haven't come across any any signs of life, I'm afraid. So that town doesn't seem to be there. The Grand Canyon Airport I saw on the map was there too. But I'm amazed that the quality of the camera is so poor here. You'd imagine that Google would have done this again. Particularly since, well, actually, the watermark is from 2019, and it's also around some famous landmarks. So look, I'm going to put a pin in here. There are some slight bends in this road, so let's hope it's one of those. Maybe there, and see if we're right. On the 64, just south of the Grand Canyon. Okay, well, we were in the right ballpark, but not quite as out into Arizona as I expected. We were much closer, actually, to Vegas. We were on a north-south road. Yes, oh, there are plenty of streets here, actually. Goodness. Pierce Ferry Road we were on. And look at all this. God, it's just hidden from view. I wasn't able to turn down any of them, so we didn't see them, and I certainly couldn't make out the name. RV Parks, all of them. Interesting. Well, if we'd have kept going, perhaps we'd have got to Mead View, but I didn't see it. So anyway, next round. Okay. Back in an area with these huge clouds. I know I go on about the clouds. You get very kind of tropical weather now, all the way up to the northeast of the United States in the summer. But otherwise, this reminds me of the South, Louisiana, Texas, those kinds of places. What do we have here? GA Highway 33. I guess that means Georgia Highway 33. This will not be a large road. It will not be a large road. GA. I'm guessing on GA being Georgia. We seem to be going north-south. Let's see. I can't make out the other name, unfortunately, but it looks minor, so we'll carry on. Past the logging truck. GA Highway 33. Coming to a crossroads here. Could be useful. No, there isn't much. What does this say? Houston Baptist Camp, 3 miles. Okay. Something Highway 33 and Araby Warwick. I'm not sure about that Houston Baptist Camp. Does that mean we're sort of in and around Houston, Texas? Maybe, but for some reason, Davis Chapel, CME Church. For some reason, I rather trust the GA Highway 33 than I do the Houston camp, just simply because the name could be Houston without it being near Houston, if you see what I mean. Named after Sam Houston, perhaps, but not sure. Can we go down to see the church? Yes, we can. Let's try down here, shall we? Of course, it could be Texas. I'd imagine the landscape does not vary much between Georgia and Texas. You know, they're in about the same place in terms of latitude. Didn't see a church. Coming to another crossroads. Araby Warwick Road we're on. That's right, that was the turn off earlier. What is this? Oh no, that's just the house. Very nice looking house. Is there a flag there? Is there a flag? The Texans love their flags, so I'd imagine if we were in Texas, you'd see more Texan flags, maybe than you would do Georgian. Or Georgia flags, sorry. "50 seconds to go. Time is running out." There was some kind of a sign. This will be the last one I look at. What does this say? Davis Chapel, CME Church. It's really buried there. Look at that. Look, I think we're in Georgia. I can't see a 33. I can see a 32. I really don't know. We're out in the middle of nowhere, is how it feels. If I'm in Texas, I'm going to be gutted. But look, there's a 30, the 33, 27, 30. Perhaps we're up here, Huntsboro. Hatchachubi. I'm going to put a pin here and go for it. I'm not sure on this one. Haven't been able to get much closer. Hope it's in Georgia. And it is. Actually, we're even more into Georgia than I put a pin in. Where did I say? Okay, it was a total guess for me, and we were south of this town, Columbus. But actually, we were closer to a main road. 33, there it is. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. Shame, really, as we would have been able to find it. But we moved up and we turned down Araby Warwick Road, that's right. And then we were coming to the church. Houston Baptist Camp, there it is. So I'm glad that didn't throw us. Anyway, fantastic. Game summary. Let's see how we did. On the whole, much better than last round. So pleased we played the USA maps again. Total score this time of 21,748 points. Anything really over 20,000 points I'm very happy with. So very happy with this game, of course. We've earned 59 Geo coins and are now on a total of 108. So progressing to open the next level of maps. But we'll play the US a few more times, I think. Thank you very much for watching with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.